So let's create that is the youth empowerment system, whereby you right click, go to new, then folder. So this is our youth empowerment system. Remember, you're using Microsoft Access. So open the folder, right click, go to new, then access. So this again is our youth empowerment empowerment system. Then open it, open this database. Once you open, always the security warning comes here, so always enable this content. The next thing is to create table. Remember, we are creating our tables, so we can start with our youth table. So youth ID, then we go down here, you have the youth name, it is the full name. Then we go to date of birth, we can go to gender. Now it's also important to save the table, but you have to tell the access which is the primary key. So our primary key is an auto number. This should be youth ID. Then the table can be saved. So here we have the youths. Again, go to gender. Here we need to have lookup wizard, lookup. Then use option number 2. I will type in the values that I want. Next. So here we have female, and then we have male. That way. Then next, finish. Now remember, here I need the default value to be female. So just go to default value. In case you don't fill somebody, the system will automatically fill female for you. So again, we proceed. We have the contacts. You can have the contacts. Then here we can have, after the contacts, you can have the current here. Now we want the system to automatically, first of all, this number, we want the system to automatically put 2025 if the person leaves blank. So just go to default value and type here, open the bracket, date, open, close the brackets, like that. Now this one, then tell Microsoft Excel that the year must not exceed the current year. So validation rule equals to year, and then this is the date. So in case somebody violates this one, the system cross the bracket, the system will automatically inform this person that cannot exceed current year. So in case somebody puts 2026, 2027, the system will automatically reject. So the next thing is the interest of the youth. The area of interest. So that is the youth table. And for instance, if I run this, then somebody, you see now, female becomes automatic, current year becomes automatic. So in case somebody comes here and puts 2029, the system should say cannot exceed current year. That's what the examiner calls validation. So you shall be doing the validation. The next table, we just proceed. We create the next table. The next table is the certificate table. So we shall have the certificate ID. In case you want to capture that, enrollment ID, which calls this guy enrolled. This should be automatically number. This one should be the auto number and the primary key. Remember always to save the table. So this is the certificates. Then we proceed. After enrollment, we have date of issue. This is date and time. Then we shall have certificate number. certificate number. This should be text, since certificate might be alphanumeric. Then you proceed, create the next table. The next table is enrollment ID. This is automatically auto number and the primary key. Then you shall have the youth, that is the youth ID. This one should be number. Then you shall have the program enrolled, program ID. This one should be program ID, and this one should be also be number. Then we shall have, after program ID, we shall have the date enrolled, this is date and time. Then we shall have that is the date enrolled and the status of the course. Now the status of the course, this can be lookup wizard. I will type next. Here we shall have ongoing, completed, can have deferred, or even the status is unknown. So finish. Then we proceed. We shall have now to save that table as enrollment. You proceed with another table, mentor, create table design. This is mentor ID. Mentor ID should be our primary key, auto number, primary key, and then the mentor name, then the expertise, then we shall have the phone number. You can just say contacts. Save that one as mentor. That is our mentor table. Cross it, proceed, create table design. This time around we are creating programs table. So program ID. This is our auto number and primary key. Then the program name. This is program. The program itself. Then we shall have the category. Category of the program. Then we shall have the start date and end date of this system. So this is date and time, this is date and time. Then from there we can have the mentor ID. This is a foreign key. That means it is looking up from the other table, program. This is programs. So these are our tables, but later on we shall come up with our main table, which will now combine this. But meanwhile, before we do that, we can proceed to relationships, database here, tools, relationships. You can just remove these tables that are always here. Then click this button, show tables. Now put your table by double clicking, like that. In case you repeat, just press delete on your keyboard. Now here, make sure you pull this so that you can see. Like now, for example, here we have the enrollment ID, this one, enrollment ID, and this one should have one-to-many relationship. Then we have mentor ID, have mentor to mentor ID, one-to-many relationship. This comes here. Then here we shall have the youth ID comes to enrollment, one-to-many, create. You see that one now completes. Then here we shall have mentor, have youth program or mentor ID. think the relationship should be complete now. We need the program ID, so it's somewhere. Shall have mentor program ID. Program ID here goes here. Now our relationship should be now complete. That way, see now our relationship is complete. This should be there. Our relationship is complete. Now the examiner will be marking at least 4 rings from the relationship. Now after doing this, we shall now proceed creating the main table that will now come from all this. So create, go to table design. Now from here we shall have the main table that will store all the data from different tables. So here we shall have the youth, can have the main table, can just call it store. So you shall have the store ID. This is auto number, should be auto number, and our primary key for this case. Then we shall proceed to have the store. I avoid using the same names because of ambiguity. So store youth ID. Youth ID should be number. Then we shall have the store here. The store here. This is number. We shall have now remember the store here, we can still set it as 2025 year, date, like just like we did the other one. This one should be less or equal to 20 less than 2025. In case somebody violates, this says cannot exceed current year. That is our error message. This is called validation text. So this is our main table. We call it the store. We proceed from the here. We shall have now the program name. Remember this one will be from these other tables. Then we shall have the category. That is the category. Then from the category we shall have the start date. This is date and time. Then we shall have the end date. This is date and time. Now remember, if you look at my system down there on your right bottom corner, it is starting with the month, then the date and the year. Now I want vice versa. So here I need this one to be date, month, and then the year. And the year should have 4 digits. So this system validates to make sure that our system takes that kind of format in our dates. Then from here we shall have the status. Now the status should be read from here, whereby we shall have now the lookup wizard. I will type next. Here you can have completed, deferred, can have ongoing, finish. Then after that one we shall have the certificate number. Then we shall have the mentor name, date of issue, again we shall have it in our nice system, the system we are used to. Then we shall have the mentor name, and his contacts. We can have his contacts, and also probably we can have his expertise. You can add as much as possible as you wish. So this is our tables that we shall be working on. So now let's proceed to queries. Now it's also important to feed some data, like now for the mentor. You can have mentor A, mentor B, mentor C, mentor D, mentor E, mentor F, something like that. Then expertise. You can have just something like counseling. Can have general. Can have business. Or just say entrepreneurship. Okay, can check the spelling. Now let's proceed to the queries. Now for the queries, we shall have the main query. So create, go to query design. Here we shall use youths. We shall also use the store, that is the main table. Now here I'll introduce a concept called joins. Now here we shall have to have this one, the youth ID here should be equal to this youth ID, and therefore you double click this and say all records from youths and only those from the store. So we need this youth store to be copied from, that is the youth ID here should be equal to youth ID on the other side. On the same point, current year should be equal to the store current year. So whatever is here should be being in the other side. So what you do, you make sure you drop everything from both tables. So we shall have that one, then have this, have that one, have that one, that one, that one. Here, category, date, edit date, again status, certificate number, date of issue, mentorship name, and contacts. Hopefully then the contacts is there. So this one you can just call it our main query. This is our main query, and this one should not show anything because we don't have the data in it. So you can still go back to this one here, design view. We have youth contacts. Can change this one to youth, that is to youth contacts for that case. And then here in the stores, so we have contacts. We have the contacts. Okay. Now from here we need also to feed some data. We need to feed some data here. That is the full name, date of birth, gender. We shall have the current year like that. So we need to feed several guys here. Can have Adams. Can have James, Don, Paris, Caroline, Berinda, Shaq, Corins. Now you just need to change the gender. This is male, so this is male. James is male, Adams is male, Don is male. So the years automatically froze. For the contacts you can fill later. So you'll notice that when we come to our main query, it is now bringing something. So here is date of birth. I think we messed up somewhere. DOB should be date of, that is DOB should be date and time of the same category, so that somebody may be in a position to choose. So this is what we have, and after now having that one, you can be in a position now to create a form that we call it the main form. So just go to create, then go to form design. This is our form. Pull this, then double click up here. You shall have the property sheet. Change, look for the record source here. Our record source is main query. Then close this one. Now save. This is our dashboard. This is our dashboard. Then from here, you can now right click here, bring this up, form header and footer, so that you can have this up part here. Then go to this point, add existing fields. These are our existing fields, whereby we shall now have our youth ID there, our youth ID. We shall also have let's first of all bring all of them. Just hold shift and drag all of them here, then close this one to make your work easier. Now from here, just remove this label part. We don't need this label part. You can see there is a field here we don't need, so we don't need these label parts. This part, just need the text boxes. This is the other side. So here I'm equating, I do not really use this one, store ID. So here, youth ID, we have equated it to this using the joined in the query. And for that case, double click here to produce this one. The main field, this one, this field here will not be seen. So we shall only see the other one, the one from the youth table. Then go to this one, put the full name. For the full name should come up to that point. Now we can do the next one. The next one is the current here. The current here, and we also have another current. We also have another here, store here. These ones that we equated, we shall hide the second one. So here we have the current here, and also this one should be put on the top there, but that one will not be seen. Remember, visible no. From here, date of birth, gender, youth contacts, these ones are not important. These ones are not important for us. Then we shall have the interest. This is not important. Program name, that is important. Can just pull this up here for visibility. For that case, I cross this. So here, program name, shall have the program name and the category here. So you can have the program up to that point and the category. The category of the program up to that point. Then start date and end date. Start date, then end date. Then status. These ones are not important. These ones are not important. For that case, I need to make sure that my stuff is well formatted. So take it to the end, go to format, change this one to something like urgency, which will have small text but display everything. Then scroll up to form footer and pull this upwards. Pull this upwards up to that point. Now, then the remaining part is to put the labels here. So the labels, for the labels, you can just go to design. You can take single, you can just take single, or just be very keen and put one like this. Then from here we have the ID. We have the youth ID. Then we have the youth name. Go to here, go to program category, start and end. These are dates. Then the next thing to do here, is to format that one. You can just put it red and borrowed. Then after that, don't forget, double click here. We need our form to be continuous. Go to this point, default view, change single to continuous. This is continuous. Then again go to data here, go to where there is record set type Dynaset here. Change from Dynaset to Dynaset inconsistent updates. Then save your work. Let's see what we have. Form view. You see now it's stuck, has started taking shape. In that now I can now even add Adams Gray. You see, James H. Don Chai, Paris Mwangi, Caroline Chai, Berinda Wanja, Shaks Jep Koech, Corins Kibet. You see, now it's taking shape. So I first of all cross this one, and we finish up with a certain connection. Now whereby we go to store, right click, go to design view. Now here I cross the property sheet. I need to have the program being read from the programs, category being read from the programs. So I can open this one and we have the program category. So here we can just add P for program category to avoid confusion whereby I have category from both tables. So I just go to the main table, go to program name here, go to lookup wizard. Then I use option number 1. I want the lookup field to get the values from another table or query. So I go to next. Which table? Program. Next. What do I want? I want the program name. So I choose the program name. Go to next. Next. You see now the programs has been taken. Next. Then here finish. Then the next thing, this one changes to number since it will be taking the primary key. I just then go to this category here. I go to category, go to lookup wizard, the same option, next, program, next. Then here I take the program category, take it to the other side, next, then next, then this is the whatever it's there. You see now this is the whatever is being taken, the number, then next, then finish, like that. So when now I go to my table here, I just go ahead and I go to store table here. Then I go to this point. I go to this point. Where is that point? Program. You see now it will take the programs. Category, it will take the category. So it's now reading from the other table. Still on this one you can still do some modification whereby the program, this one can be the primary key, but for that case it will prevent you from duplicating, so let it stay the way it is. So for that case I adjust that one. I go to this point, the program name. I need to the program name, I remove this one, that is the program. I remove this one and this category, I put them again, add existing. So we are adjusting the program name, we are also adjusting the category because you have adjusted there. So I cross this, remove the label part, remove this. So for that case I just go to this point, this is our program, then this is our category. So remember that this is our program Again, adjust the font size, go to that one and bold. So now I take this back to that point and then go home, view. Now you will notice that I can now be in a position to choose entrepreneur, can be in a position to choose business finance. This one is taking counseling, that is physical and mental health. This one is taking citizenship, that is civil engagement, entrepreneurship, business, skills and development, talents, skills and development, talents, counseling, you see, citizenship, civil. See, now the system is now adjusting accordingly. See, now you can choose start date. Let's say it started that date, then ended. You see, now the system is now taking the right shape for that matter. So for this point here, you can also change this color. Like for example, this one can be, we need the color that will match with red, and for that case that one will be, let me look at, let's change this one to white. Change this one to white. White goes with almost every other color, like that. Let's see what we have. You see, now that one is nice. You can also adjust this one here. Right click, can have something like that. Let's see what we have. Now that one is even better. Now guys, after doing this one, you need to make sure that whatever you do here is being duplicated here. It is being duplicated here. So whatever I feel, like now the courses, you can see now the courses I have fed there, they are not anywhere available for that matter. So you need to put something called a code here, a code that will work behind the system. So right click, go to design view, but before we even do that, we finish with the design. So here we need a situation whereby we can add a button. So go to this point, this is the toggle button, draw a toggle button here. You can call it mentors, and just say add mentors, then change the color of this button, go to format, go to this one, you can give it some different color like that. So this one, when I click this button, it should display the mentor details when I want to add them. Also when I go back design, I design another button here. That one is for the certificate. So this one will display the certificate, certificate status, whether somebody should be assigned a certificate or not. So this one again, go to format, this point can make it red, and this one make it white and bold. It's okay. So when I want to see the status of the certificate, whether somebody has completed, we need to be given, then I'll be clicking this one. Add mentors, I'll be clicking that one. So after now adding this, you can add the mentors. Just go to design, go to add existing. Remember the fields that I had skipped. So here you can just have the mentor name, then the contacts, and the expertise. If need be, you may add. So here I cross this one. Then up here I can just copy this or just write them. So here I'll come to this point, add mentor name, and then add the contact, the mentor contacts. So you will just go to this AA called Rebo. Don't use AB, the first one. So here I will write, I will be displaying the mentor name. Sorry. So this one, this should display the mentor name. That is the title, mentor name. So this one should be mentor name. This one should be bringing mentor name. Then we should have another one, design, take a label. This one should display the mentor contact. That is the mentor contacts. Now there is something I want you to notice. First of all, double click here to display the property sheet. Now when I click on mentor name, it is written Rebo 28. So Rebo 28. The next one is written Rebo 29. Mark those ones somewhere, you write them down. Then this one should be, for example, I can just format them like that. Should be different from the others. Should only be displayed when need be, when I click this button, add mentor. Again, on the same note, go back to design. We need, when we click the certificate details button, this one should hide the mentor stuff and display the certificate status. For that case, just go back to design, then go to add existing, then include now the certificate number and the date and the status, this one. So the status, this one, just remove them. We shall add them manually. Now we need a situation whereby the point status here and the certificate number here and the date issued here should be displayed again. Should be displayed again when I click this one, but this stuff part here will be hidden. So for that case, mark this. I will have to again give this a different color. It's not a must you give a different color. I'm just beautifying my work and making it professional. So for that case, I'll have the following label. I'll have a label here. I'll have a label called status. I shall have a label called status. Can just make it one. Status, certificate number, and then the date issued. The date issued. I have used one label to make sure that my work is easier. So that one will be like that. This one again, mark its name. Double click here to property sheet. Mark that label's name. It is 33. It is label 33. Now we can now proceed to the programming part that I want us to have. So this button should be displayed up here, and this one should be placed there. This one should be placed there. This one should be placed there. Now let's go to the big elephant in the house. That is a bit of programming. So here, look at what happens. When I click on home, first of all, you will see these ones are overriding. You see these ones are overriding, but I want this path to be hidden completely when the system runs. That means I go to this point, right click, go to design view, then double click up here, then go to event here, event. On road, what happens when the system roads? Go to event procedure, hit the 3 dots at the end. Now here, I want a situation whereby when I open that one, the fields that I don't want are hidden. So you must mark the fields that you want hidden completely. And for that case, you must write them down somewhere. So right double click, because garbage in, garbage out, you must give the system the correct variable names. For that case, you need to write them down. So we have the fields that should be hidden. For the certificate, we have status, we have the certificate number should be hidden, and date of issue. And for the mentors, we have the mentor name should be hidden, we have contacts. Those are the fields that should be hidden for that case. Also remember, we have the labels. We have the labels, guys, that these labels should also be hidden. The labels that we had 28, 29, and 33. Remember when to display them. So go back to our programming stuff. So go to this point, cross this one. We need the property sheet. You can just click view code. Now here I want us to do a bit of programming. So when we open this one, we can start by label 28 dot visible should be equal to false, dot visible should be equal to false. That means that that label should be hidden. Just copy this, just copy, then paste. Now we have label 28, you have label 29, you also have label 33. This one should be hidden when the system loads. Then the next thing, the status dot visible should be equal to false. That means status should be hidden. Mentor name dot visible should be hidden. The next thing is contacts dot visible equals to false. That is the contacts. Date of issue dot visible should be equals to false. This is just a simple programming. Then we have a certificate number, certificate number dot visible equals to false. That means when the system loads, you can just write a comment here, put apostrophe and say this code hides unwanted fields. Let's see whether it works. So let's see whether it works, and for that case I save it and hit this button to take me back to Microsoft Access. So you'll notice that it is working. See guys, notice that when I have loaded, the fields will not be displayed. Now I want a situation whereby when I click on certificate, it displays only the certificates field. When I click on add mentor, only the add mentor appears and hides the certificate. So for that case, go to design view, click on certificate, then go to property sheet, go to event. You see, on click, what happens when you click? So I choose event. I want the event to take place. Then hit the 3 dots. So I just needed to copy this code and manipulate. So I copy this. Then I manipulate. I paste. Now I need a station whereby, remember, this is the certificate. So I put apostrophe. I write code for certificate. So that I can edit and know. For the certificates, we need the certificates to be date of issue. This one to be true, and this one to be true, and also the status to be true. All the other fields should be false, like that. I am done with that. So what happens? When I click that button, it displays the stuff that I want. So we can also attempt that one, save, go to access and run it. So when I click on certificate, you see, for the certificates appears, but I have forgotten to put the label. So I go back to the field design, go to view code. For the label for certificate is 33. This one should be true. For that case, save this one and go to access. So when I load, nothing is shown, but when I click certificate, the field for certificates are being shown. You see now, can choose complete, put certificate number and choose the date of compression, you see. But now when I click on mentors, nothing happens. When I click on certificate, nothing happens. Now I need the situation whereby when now I click the add mentors button, it hides the certificates and produces the members, the mentors. So right click, go to design view. Now this time around, I click on this button, the toggle 23, then choose event procedure, hit the 3 dots. Now this time around again, I paste the same code and manipulate. Up here, you can also use the word rem code for mentors, like that. So code for mentors, what happens? Mentors is label 29. This one should be true. Also, this one should be true. For that case, then what happens again? All the other should be false. So they will be alternating. When I click this one comes. When I click this one, this comes. And then I go to mentor name. Mentor name should be true. Contacts for the mentor should be true, like that. So for that case, I have now finished on that part, and for that case I save and hit this button. So when I load, nothing happens, but when I click add mentor, you see the mentor stuff comes. There is one button we have not enabled. When I click on certificate, you see now they are switching, so I can be in a position to feed whatever I want. So right click, let's see the code that we have messed up. For the mentor, there is label true, label 28, 29, true. I think the difference can be, the point may be the contrast of the button. But you see, I can just remove this and see. So for this one, I didn't put the color. The color should be white. See, now that was the issue. So that I can now return this back like that. So when I click on mentor, you see now I can feed the mentor name. I can also feed the mentor contact certificate. I can now do with the stuff. Now the last bit of this programming is to make sure that this data I feed here is fed in this table completely. Okay, it's being printed, but it is not being displayed. You see now it's not being displayed. So for that case, you just need to go to design view, then go to something called on roster focus. So what happens when this stuff happens? So you can just go to this point, just go to here. First of all, there is these two fields that we put on top of each other. So we can start with the store ID, then go to property sheet. What happens on roster focus when when a control loses focus, or when I change from one control to the other, what happens? So just go to event procedure and hit the 3 dots. So what will happen here is that when the cursor moves to another field, that is the current year, that is the current year, let me see, you just put a dot to see whether you are correct, equals to store year. You see, when you put a dot and you see this menu comes, then that field exists. Then the second thing is that the youth, that is the store youth ID becomes the youth ID. Yeah, that is correct. That is you take the fields from the child, to the and this should be vice versa. Should be the store, the store here becomes the current here. So I remove this bit, and then you can see whether it works. So remember, I am using the fields that I joined using the query. So again, I go back to this one. I go to this one. So that is the store here. Again, I do the same. On roast focus, what happens? I paste the code. You can first of all attempt to see whether this one works before you can resume. Then take this back. So I just need to, I think that we didn't feed anything here. Complete certificate number C001, date of issue, and then the category. This guy is taking entrepreneurship, business, start date, end date, completed, citizenship, civil. Let's see whether it works. Now what you need to do is just to tab this data to see this data, whether I am just holding control key or the tab just to see whether that data will disappear. If it disappears, then it means still we have not yet accomplished our goal. So we can just go to the store. It's being stored here, but still, even if it is being stored, we haven't achieved our goal. So for that case, just go back, go to design view, just go back to design view. Now this time around, just pull this down again. Now put the code here on roast focus. On roast focus, hit the 3 dots, paste the code. Put the code again, do the same to this point, current here, do the same, paste, and then save. I'm pressing control and C to copy, and control V for that matter. So I just again go to the stores. This is the stores table. Stores table. I delete everything to see whether this one now will duplicate here. So you can just try to see. I want to have the mentor details. So you can have this guy as entrepreneurship, business, and then we have the start date. Also this one can have the start date, cancelling, mentor name, language, can just have a number. This one is done. Then you need to can just have this data like that, then just go to the stores table. See, now this one has been captured well. So there we are. You see now this data is not disappearing but being copied. Like now, if I go to this guy here, cancelling was face a comment or error. 86. Again we refresh, then you just go to the stores. So now this data is being captured. Youth ID, this one did not capture the youth ID. That means this data remains. There we are. You see now, the data is not disappearing, but appears permanent. This now guy here, skill development. This is current expression. This person started, let's say 28th, and being taken through by Thomas. Thomas number is that one. Then we proceed to this person, skills, talents. Again, this guy started in July. You can also add the add dates. Let's say they are adding today, this week. Like that. Then we have certificates. This one is ongoing. So you refresh, and then you can just tabbing will make sure that this data is permanently stored. You see now I'm working on these guys like this. So when I go to the store, you see the data is being deprecated, the user ID is being captured, but this was the automatic feeds that we don't need. So this means when I go to the dashboard, I still see my data permanently stored. You see, my data is permanently stored. So the system is now complete on that part. Now the next thing is to make sure that you have now the title here. So our title here is Youth Empowerment. Youth Empowerment Program 2026. Then you click outside this label, then you click on it, give it a color like that. You can also increase now the font size to the font size you wish. You can also give these buttons a clear finish. See, add mentors, just to have good buttons. You can have that way. You can also draw, go to design, draw a rectangle, that is a rectangle on top of them like that. You can also do the same on this one, just to make it attractive like that. You see now the kind of system you have. This is now the one that you use. But remember, we need to have the you need to have a situation whereby I can add youths directly. So you can just have that one. This is safe. Just go to create, go to youths table, then you just hit this form. It creates for you the system at the form automatically. So you just need to give the form a clear finish. Like now this one can just have a clear finish on it like that, just by giving it, that is giving it some clear finish. This is capture youths. Can also give it some clear finish. Then you can now add the buttons here. The buttons, just go to design, click this XXX. Now I need to have a button, add new record, add new. So add new. Add new youth. Details, finish. This is one button. Can also have another one here. Record operation, save record, next, text, next, like this. Then you can also have cross form. Alternatively, you may have a button to open this dashboard. So just draw it here. Form operations, open form, next, dashboard, next, next. So here you can just say dashboard, finish. Now after doing this, you can have this one, go to format, go to this one, board, and alternatively just have them like that for them to be vivid, for them to be seen like that. This one, change it to color white. Youths, there we are. So this is youths. So when I'm here, I can be in a position to add youths, but for this part here I need to remove it. So I remove this one. I don't know whether it will affect the whole stuff. Then instead of that one, just bring this one up here. Alternatively, some guys may opt to have the youths table here. Youths, next, finish. So that I remove this, I bring this up here. So let's see what we have. You see now, as I add youths, they will appear down here, so I can have a list of youths. But for that case, for me to have this, I need to go to property sheet, then go to data. You see here where there is these two fields equals to each other, remove it, remove that one. I've gone to data, but when you have clicked on the subform, so when I click here, I'm in a position to see the use. As I add them, they'll appear here. So as I add them, they'll appear there. So you can still capture the stuff here. So now this guy 202, then you refresh, you see 202 becomes here. Again, I can still change here. Let's say this was done in 2000. Refresh. You see now. So that is the way I can capture. So on my dashboard here, can right click. I want a situation whereby somebody may not add from this point. You only add from the youths. For that case, I need to hide this. Date started. I need to hide this to deactivate this. So double click. Just go to data here. Or I can just go to or, then check for from category, from the year, this one, these two should not be changed, should be locked. Visible data enabled, no. Then from here, I also needed to do something to avoid addition. From this form, I should not allow addition. Allow additions, no, like that. So somebody may not add from this form. Look at it. You can only add from the other table because this details is permanent, should not be added from here. For that case, again, I go to design view. I want to add the add youths button here. So I just put it here. Go to form operations, open form, next, then youths, next, here, add youths, next, finish. This button is for adding the youths. So format, I just need to give it a clear finish. It's not a must to do all this, but for the other part, it is a must for you to come up with a nice system. So when I am here, I can click add youth. Then once I am done, I just cross. So for example, if I add youth, here I want to add a youth. I can also opt to add from here. So I want to add somebody called Jospat Njoki. This guy was born, just choose the date of birth, then he's male, and for that case I just refresh, and when I just come to this point, I refresh, you see Jospat Njogu has been added. So I just need to come here and add for him what he's doing, you see, and then add the stuff. For the mentors, I add. For the certificates, I add. And for that case, I am only now left to producing the that is, for example, to produce a report. So for the report of the youth, just click create, then you click on report. The report appears. Again, you just need, in case you need to edit it, this is for the youth. In case you need to edit it, you just right click, go to design view. Then once you go to design view, you can now reduce the sizes of the, also remove the feeds that you don't want. Like for example, this one seems to be very wrong. So you just need to adjust the fields you feel, just pull this. Like for example, for the name, just for the names this way, just need to come here and reduce. The others automatically reduces. This is like this. For the contacts, you just need to reduce. And you must have a very good mouse, like that. Then also this thing, you need to pull it, otherwise it will hinder you from reducing the size. You see, now I have reduced the size. You see my report. Then go back, don't forget to pull this up like that, so that it becomes professional. You see, now this is the youth table. Save, yes. In case you need any other table, like the to produce anything from the store, you can use this query and duplicate. For example, right click, go to copy, right click, go to paste. Like for example, I need list of courses. So I just go to list of courses here, just go to right click, design view. Then for that case, I just remove the fields that I don't want. You see the fields that I don't want. The fields that I don't want, I just remove them by unticking here. You see, and you just need the list of courses and categories. List of courses and category. So remove this, the unwanted fields. See, like that. Then save this one. So when I run, I only see the courses that I want. For that case, again go back to design view. There is an unwanted field that I can see. This one, I think. Yeah, good. So save this one. Just hit this list of courses, go to create, then hit report. You see, now these are the list of courses. So for that case, you just put them using the, here in the dashboard, on the dashboard design view, you can now put them down here. List of courses here. I need to have report operations, open report, next, list of courses, next. So here, just say list of courses. That one is done. Then the next one is youths. Report operations, open report, next, youths, next, list of youths, next, finish. Then you can just give them clear finish like that. Then white bird. Right click, that is sorry for that. You see, now the system is complete for that dashboard. So I can see the list of youths, I cross. I need the list of courses, I cross. Then the last bit is to put the splash form. For the splash form, guys, don't bother cramming the codes for that matter. Just import from another database. If in case you don't have, you can contact me or download from my Google Drive. Just go to external, just go to design, from database, external, new source, then go to access. Like now, for example, I need to import it from my previous system. So I just go to forms, then splash screen, okay, then cross. The next thing I do, I right click on my splash form. You see it has come now to my new database. Then just change this one, and also change. You can also change the color. You can also put the picture if you wish. If you wish to do that. So this one becomes black. this becomes black, this becomes black. And for that case, remember again to change the form that connects. So go to property sheet, event, then here you see here on road it is talking about embedded macro. So hit the three dots, change the form name, change the form name. That one must be done. If you don't change the form, alternatively, if my form here is dashboard, call yours dashboard. It will not affect your database. So for that case, the system will load, and then here it brings some error. So just go to debug. Here it says open program. So mine is open dashboard. Open dashboard. Dashboard spelling must be correct. Open dashboard. So let's see whether it works. There we are, guys. So guys, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, remember to subscribe. You can also share with your friends and have the tips on how to handle a project. Thank you.